This week, somebody quite important takes my plane.
Somebody's stuck in the bathroom.
I ride on a slightly smaller plane, dress up like a dustbin man, and then I ride on an even smaller plane again.
Jesus Christ!
As I take a journey through 2 countries across the heart of Africa.
Well, good morning from Zambia, Lusaka to be precise, the capital city of Zambia, and I'm super excited today because I'm off on an African adventure. I've got some really cool things planned over the next few days here in Africa, so without further ado, let's get across to the airport because I've got a plane to catch.
First stop today was to Lusaka International Airport, which is about a 30-minute drive from downtown Lusaka. The traffic wasn't too bad this morning and we were there in no time at all.
Well, Douglas, it's been a pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much.
I'm so happy to have met you.
Yes.
And all the best. I'll follow you up and see.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, best of luck with everything here as well. So,
thank you.
Thank
Say
you.
hello to the family.
I will do. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Welcome to Lusaka Airport. My first flight today is with a company called ProFlight Zambia, who apparently operate some pretty cool planes. So let's go and see what they've got in store for us today as we go and check in for flight number 1. Hi, good morning. How are you? I'm good, thank you very much.
Where are you flying to, sir?
To Livingston.
Livingston?
Yes.
Put your bag.
Of course.
This is...
All right, perfect. That's amazing. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. Good morning, how are you? Thank you. How are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Right, that was fairly easy. You're checked in straight through security now. It's time to go and figure out what type of plane we're going to be on today for a domestic flight here in Zambia. Let's go and find out. So ProFlight have a variety of planes in their fleet. Right now outside there's a Jetstream 41, a CRJ, I think it's a 100, which is pretty cool, and a Jetstream 32. All 3 of them waiting outside. So who knows which one of those will be my ride down to Livingston today. Either way, it's going to be something cool.
There's some really interesting planes here at Lusaka, including Zambia Airways, who I was hoping to fly on this trip, but I ended up taking a different flight instead. I didn't have too long for plane spotting though, because pretty soon it was time to head downstairs and get to my gate to get on my flight down to Livingston.
Passengers to Livingston.
Thank you.
As we headed outside, I had literally no clue what type of aircraft I'd be on today, so I was quite pleasantly surprised when we walked over to this Jetstream 41. Right then, we got the Jetstream 41 today for the flight down to Livingston, right on the border with Zimbabwe. That's where we're headed today. Then more fun coming up, but this is my view straight out the window there of the beautiful Jetstream engine. Not many of these left in the world flying, so nice to get on board one. So let's get out of here and head down to Livingston. Pretty soon the props were starting up at the side of us and it was time to taxi out to the runway for our flight south. My first flight on this adventure then took me south from Lusaka to the town of Livingston, right on the border with Zimbabwe. Alright then, airborne from Lusaka on the Jetstream 41. How cool is this? I haven't been on one of these for so long. I think Eastern Airways used to have them in England and Scotland. That's kind of the only time I've ridden on one really was with them. I don't even know if they've still got them going over there, but yeah, not many of them left in the world. British built. Up in Manchester. Terrible Manchester accent there. They were built up in Manchester, I believe, in England, and obviously still a few of them flying around the world. But yeah, ProFlight have got a few of them, I think, in their fleet, like 4 or something. They've also got the CRJs, but today we are really lucky because we get to ride on this piece of, almost a piece of history, not quite yet, but it will be soon. and enjoy this ride down across Zambia. Maybe do some wildlife spotting along the way. The snack service was started not long after we took off, and today it was just a bottle of water and a bag of chips. After what seemed like no time at all, we were starting our descent down towards Livingstone on the border with Zimbabwe in southern Zambia. Alright, we've started our descent down into Livingstone, Zambia. I've been so looking forward to this part of this trip. It's going to be really cool. We should be on the ground in about 10 minutes time, I think, down there. We're going to see what it's like. And with that round of applause, we'd landed in Livingstone.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
As I got off the plane, I got shouted by the flight's captain, Nigel, who it turned out was a viewer of the channel.
No Lou review today, but I'm guessing it was the other guy that landed it though, yeah? Yeah. Nice to meet you anyway. Thanks a lot. See you later. Oh, he was nice, wasn't he? Thanks, Nigel. Great flight. So apparently there's some sort of special event going on today. There's like a passing out parade for the military, and the president's in town as well. That's 737 is, well that's South African, but anyway, loads of fighter jets and stuff all lined up. There's guys doing that. Pretty cool. All right, now just time to see if my bag's turned up. Hopefully ProFlight don't let me down. Although I do think that all the baggage handlers are out on the apron watching the air display going on, so maybe there's actually nobody working today. We'll figure it out. Hi, yeah, book for a taxi, please. Thank you. Hi there, how are you? Welcome. Hi, thank you. Okay. All right, thank you. I'm all right. I can take this one. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. The Avani.
From which nation?
I'm British.
Oh, British.
Yeah.
Okay. Our color?
Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You can bring, just bring
Let's put it inside, yeah?
Yeah, let it just, you can just take the front seat.
Oh, okay, yeah, thank you.
Welcome to Livingstone.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
You brought the wildlife with you, yeah?
Yeah, wildlife. Wildlife with me there.
There we go.
Okay.
The drive to my hotel was pretty cool, and we drove right through the heart of downtown Livingstone. Livingstone was originally the capital of Zambia, then called Northern Rhodesia, and it's a very typical British colonial town. My hotel was the Avani, which is on the road out to the border with Zimbabwe.
Oh, it was in the back, wasn't it? Yeah. Thank you, James. Lovely to meet you. I'll see you tomorrow at some point, yeah?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah.
You
I'll
just
drop
text
you a
me
WhatsApp.
whatever comes up.
Yeah, okay.
If you need me here, you just raise me.
I will do, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
This one will take care of you.
All right, lovely. Thank you. I'm good, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Check it in, please. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
That's 5 minutes walk from here.
Yes, yeah, I'm hoping to go and have a look in a little while.
This is your room.
Perfect. Thank you very much. This one here?
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow.
This right here.
Thank you very much. All right then, well, welcome to the Avani Hotel. If I tell you how much this room has cost, this room was like $500 a night, and it is the cheapest hotel here at the moment in Livingstone. The problem with that is at the minute, well, it's very touristy, lots of people coming on very expensive safaris and things down here, so they pay a lot of money. And equally added to that, apparently the president of Zambia is staying in this hotel tonight, hopefully in a better room than this, but this is my room anyway. For $500 a night, I mean, come on. This is the bed. We've got this, yeah, TV. There's a TV, there's a floor. There's a monkey. I think he comes with the room. Hello, Mr. Monkey. He's eating at the minute. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, whatever. You get monkeys included. And then here in the bathroom, we've got sink, bath, toilet, and the shower. And that's it. So I'm guessing $100, $200, $300, $400, and a monkey. Yeah, that is the Avani Hotel here in Livingstone. Well, only here for one night. We've got some more really awesome stuff coming up. We're going to go and see this amazing waterfall that's just at the back of the hotel here as well.
So I decided to go on a walk to find this waterfall, and when I got there, I found this.
Oh my. Whoa. Holy cow. Honestly, this is somewhere I've wanted to come for ages, somewhere spectacular like this. And this is unbelievable. Wow. So this right behind me then is Victoria Falls, the largest waterfall in the world. It's twice the height of Niagara Falls, almost 3 times the width of Niagara Falls. Just incredible. In the local language, this thing is called Mosi Oatunda, the smoke that thunders, which sounds a little bit like what happens when you've had too much curry, doesn't it? But well, it's cold water as well. But in English we call it Victoria Falls, and it's on the border between Zambia and Zimbabwe, right here in Livingstone. This is the Zambezi River where it flows over this massive ridge. I'm getting soaked here, but this is incredible. Wow. So this here is the Victoria Falls Bridge then. It goes across the Zambezi and it connects Zambia there with Zimbabwe there. That's Zambia, that's Zimbabwe on the right. And I'm going to be crossing that a little bit later on because I'm heading into Zimbabwe across that very bridge. But from here you get an amazing view of what it actually looks like. And you can see the traffic going across the bridge. Imagine the engineering it must have taken to create that bridge across that massive gorge there. Incredible. You can tell why they call it the smoke that thunders, by the way, because you can literally feel the ground shaking with the power of this water rushing over this edge. Incredible. Holy wowzers. I'm getting soaked. I'm going to stand under here a little bit to try and shade from the rain. Wow, this is just absolutely unbelievable. And it's literally the back garden of this hotel. I can see why they're charging $500 a night now for this view. But as impressive as that view is, I think there might be an even better view. So I'm going to go and jump in a car. We're going to see if we can find a little bit of a better view of the Victoria Falls than we get when you're right up close and personal. Maybe one that doesn't get us soaking wet in the process. So, as if I could have quite enough flying for one day, I'm off to do something really, really cool today. Let's see it from the ground when you can see it from up above. So we're going off to a little aerodrome today to get on something cool to fly over the Victoria Falls. So this is the Batoka Sky Aerodrome here in Livingstone, Zambia, and it's where they send up these little microlights to take you up on a little flight over Victoria Falls. I've never been on a microlight, so I thought, you know what, let's give it a go, man. Let's give it a go, see what it's like. I don't think there's going to be a loo review today. If there is, there's some very unlucky people down below, that's all I'm saying. And so, resembling an unemployed bin man with my fluorescent jacket and feeling slightly nervous, it was time to climb on board, well, whatever contraption this thing is, for a flight above Victoria Falls. Okay, now I've got to admit I am absolutely bricking it. As we rocketed down the runway at a blistering 30 miles an hour, it's fair to say I was starting to have second thoughts. Jesus Christ! Okay, this really doesn't feel natural at all. But as we climbed away from Livingstone, all of those nerves suddenly started to take a back seat. Okay, I might be hanging on for dear life right now, but you really cannot beat this for a view, can you? Wow! It's fair to say the view of the falls from above was simply breathtaking. Isn't that just incredible? Wow! And once we'd flown high above the falls, it was time to swoop down low and see if we could spot any wildlife out here. Alright, now I'm starting to have some fun. This is amazing. Flying low in the microlight was incredible fun, and we even got to spot some herds of elephants while we were down here. Before too long though, and still clinging on for dear life, we were soon landing back at the Batoka Sky Aerodrome in Livingstone. Thank you so much, that was amazing, thank you. I was really grateful to be back safe and sound on the ground, but there's only one thing as scary as riding in a tiny contraption thousands of feet above a huge waterfall, and that's having your data leaked online.
For this reason, I'm really grateful to this week's video sponsor, Incogni. See, they searched the web for my private data and within minutes had found 73 websites with my details on them and had it removed instantly. 73! You see, once you do literally anything online, your data's probably out there somewhere. Data brokers collect this information and charge people a hefty fee to get access to your data. Here in the US, there's a massive number of sites where people can pay to get access to your name, address, telephone numbers, social security numbers, even your car license plates and financial information can be out there for somebody to find. And believe me, as someone who puts my face online every week, I can attract some weirdos. I mean, this one's been sending me handwritten hate mail every other week for the last 2 years. I've got to admire his dedication. There's only so many times he can call me a stinky limey with bad teeth. Anyway, this is the same around the world. Your data can be collected and sold online. Now Incogni are keeping an eye on my data and I get email updates from them whenever they get my data removed from another website, which is actually surprisingly often. I had no idea just how much of my personal data was spread across the internet, gathered from all sorts of sources. Incogni takes the legwork out of it, meaning I can worry on more important things like maybe booking more flights. Incogni are giving you a 60% discount off when you use my promo code NoelPhillips at incogni.com/NoelPhillips.
Well, wasn't that just absolutely incredible flying over Victoria Falls in the microlight? Wow, it was a new experience for me. I've not been on a microlight before, so it was just so cool just being in the open air and buzzing the falls like that and seeing all the wildlife. Just absolutely incredible. But anyway, it's time to say goodbye to Zambia today because my flight out of Victoria Falls leaves from the other side of the river, which is a bit of an issue because that is in Zimbabwe. I'm in Zambia. So today I've got a bit of a mission because I've got to get across the border to the other side of Victoria Falls into Zimbabwe. So there's another plane up there doing a bit of a tour of the falls. So yeah, that's me for today. I've got to get somehow from here in Zambia across to Zimbabwe so I can get my flight out of Victoria Falls in the morning. Let's go and see how we do this, how easy this is going to be. I've never done a land border crossing before in Africa, so this is going to be interesting. Let's see what it's like.
You know, this hotel literally has wildlife in the hotel. There's zebras, impalas, all just walking around.
You sort of try to walk around them as you head out around the grounds. Incredible. Okay, so first things first, we have to get a taxi to the Zambian side of the border, which I've got arranged. The guy who brought me yesterday from the airport is going to come and pick me up and take me across to the Zambian side, and then who knows, it's like blank in the middle, and then from the Zimbabwe side obviously we then have to get to our hotel over on the Zim side of the border. So let's see how this goes. Hello again, how are you?
Okay, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, how was your stay?
Good, thank you. Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, yeah, good to see you again.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Okay.
You had a busy day.
Busy day.
So you drop me at the Zambia side, then I walk across?
No, I'm taking you to Zimbabwe side.
Okay, so you're going to take me across the bridge to the border point, and then you'll swap with him, and then okay, cool, okay.
Stamp your passport, then we exchange car.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing, thank you.
Sure. We need to have a special permit to cross.
Right, okay.
Not all taxis can cross.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So but you have it. So you have all the right paperwork. That's good.
So
that is nice.
The guy who's going to pick you is my colleague.
Okay.
We normally work together.
Right, okay.
So you can use him while you are still there.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
That's good then. So these are all waiting to cross the border, are they?
To cross.
Yeah.
They are waiting for clearance. They need to be cleared.
Got it. Okay, so I have to clear here.
We need to stamp on the Zambian side.
Okay.
Then we proceed.
Okay.
Then you need to stamp there.
So I need to go in here and stamp over here, and then they'll do that. Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You can leave it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take my bag. It's okay.
You take it?
I'll take my bag. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
Thank you. Hopefully they can do the same here. Alright, so I am officially stamped out of Zambia and we're now in no man's land and we're heading across to Zimbabwe now. And this chap here, I say you've got a permit to let you get over there. So that's yeah, we can drive across. So right now we're in literally no country at all. So yeah, let's see if we can get into Zimbabwe now. Usually you have to walk between the Zambian stamping out bit and the Zimbabwean stamping in bit, but some taxi drivers have permits to be able to get across. And luckily mine today does, so we're trying to negotiate our way. Yeah. So these are Zimbabweans, yeah?
Yeah,
They come and they sell things in Zambia and then go back.
they come and buy.
Okay, so now we have to cross the bridge, the Victoria Falls Bridge, across into Zimbabwe, and that is the official sort of bit in the middle. You can walk it, but it's a long way. Okay, we're now entering Zimbabwe, so now we have to do the border crossing to get into Zimbabwe and out of this no man's land that we find ourselves in at the minute.
So we are in Zimbabwe now.
Perfect. There we go. It's $30. There we go. Is that good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
You want to pay the bridge toll when I
Yeah. So the Zambians take the money, yeah?
Yeah.
And the Zimbabweans look after it. That sounds like a good deal. Yeah.
So when I call my friend,
Okay.
you'll be with him
Okay.
to do the visa.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to fill in the paper
Yes. Okay.
for visa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
let me just.
Oh, thank you.
I call him first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he can come.
Okay.
There's a form to fill in.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So to fill this in. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
fill it in.
Ah, cool. Hey, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Nice
I'm
to
Noel.
meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. Yes.
Thank you.
So,
You buying visa?
Mzampereka.
Okay.
Then you get his line.
Yes, and then
After tomorrow is going to the airport.
Okay.
yes. So if
You
possible,
discuss
then you
it.
can take me to the
Yeah,
airport
yeah,
on
yeah.
Friday. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Buy the visa first.
All right.
give him the
Okay.
case.
Perfect.
Yeah, the case.
All right. Thank you. Nice to meet you. And all the best. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
She will need to check your passport for the last
Okay.
time.
Yeah. Hi there. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Hello there.
Yeah, we think.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And there we go. We're in Zimbabwe.
Welcome.
Amazing. Thank you. There we go.
Yeah, my name is Kenny.
Kenny. Oh, okay. My brother's called Kenny.
Oh, really? Your brother?
Yeah.
I'm your brother in Zimbabwe.
You're my brother in Zimbabwe.
I was told I must take you to South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa would be a Joburg. Alright, so now we are in Zimbabwe. That was nice and easy. We're about 30 minutes after we left the hotel, we're here. So, yeah, let's get to my hotel. We headed into town to the hotel that I'd chosen here, which turned out to be pretty nice. Hello there. Hello. How are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Right.
Do it today?
Yeah, I can give you some today. So how much for that?
10.
10. Oh, okay. That's not bad. There you go, sir. And then, yeah, so I will message you, but so we leave here at 8 o'clock, you said?
Right, yes.
Yes, to get to the airport for 8:30.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Hello there. Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Thank you very much.
Victoria Falls Hotel.
Thank you. Yeah, it's nice to be here.
My name is Temba.
Hello there.
The first
I'm
time to
Noel.
be
Yeah,
here?
first time. Yeah, first time in Victoria Falls.
Yeah. You have been in other parts of the country.
I've been in Harare before.
Okay.
I've just been in Zambia today, and then I've just come from Livingston.
The lady over there,
Yes.
she is going to take you through the check-in.
Okay. Yeah. Amazing.
So when she's done with the check-in,
Okay.
if it is ready.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Hello there. I'm good. Thank you. How are you? Thank you.
May I please have your address?
You may.
telephone number?
Thank you. 242. Okay, thank you. Thank you. There we go. Oh, lovely. Very nice. Hi there, welcome to the town of Victoria Falls here in Zimbabwe. And I've booked a stay at the Victoria Falls Hotel, which is the oldest hotel in Victoria Falls. And literally, it's apparently a really famous hotel. Royalty used to stay here every time they used to come. The Queen Mother stayed here, the Queen stayed here, the royal family, presidents from all around the world have all stayed in this hotel. And I thought I'd book it for the night. And it looks quite nice, doesn't it? This is our bedroom. We've got a 4-post bed. I'm going to feel like royalty there, aren't I? And then I've got my view out there over the over this edge of the hotel. Look, got like a couch down there, a desk and everything. All of this, like, look at this. How grand is this? This is a hotel room. Look at that. And then the bathroom. It's like something out of Downton Abbey, isn't it? Nice rolled edge bath just there. Very nice. Very nice. And what have we got? What sort of toiletries do we get? I can't even read what that says. It's just a Victoria Falls hotel brand. Cool. I mean, this hotel, let's just be honest here. When I first looked at booking it, I ruled it out straight away because it was insane money. They wanted, don't get me wrong, it's a nice hotel. I have never and will never spend $3,500 a night on a hotel, which is what they wanted. $3.5 grand a night. Like, that's mental money for this. But I did my usual British thing, and I sat Googling and I found some websites with discounts and things like that, and I got some promo codes and stuff, and I managed to get this room for $400 a night, which I don't think is bad considering I paid $500 for the jail cell, the bedroom I had over at the Avani Hotel on the other side of the water. So I don't think it's too bad here. I don't think this is bad for $400 a night. I mean, it's a very expensive town, Victoria Falls. It's just touristy, so they make all the money in here anyway. So yeah, well, this is me for the next day or so. I've got something else planned just before we head out, so we're going to go and do that very soon, and then yeah, then it'll be time to get out of Zimbabwe. So yeah, let's enjoy our time here in Victoria Falls, feeling very royal. Well, it's time to say goodbye to the Victoria Falls area because I've got to take my first flight heading out of Africa, and we've got to get down to the airport for quite an early flight this morning, so let's go and jump in a car and get to the airport because I've got a flight to catch. Isn't this hotel just absolutely incredible? Beautiful place. Walking through it does remind me a little bit of my old school though. Lancaster Boys School in Leicester, flipping heck. The old corridors and the big arched windows and everything. Crazy. I'd much rather be staying here though. Good morning, Kenny, how are you?
Sir, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Thank
how are
you.
you?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day.
We'll be seeing you when you return.
Hopefully, yes, I'll be back here again.
That would be great.
Yeah. See you again. All right, thank you. Bye bye.
Just in front, okay?
Then that front's fine if that's okay with you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Much like its sister town across the river, Victoria Falls feels very colonial. It's like it hasn't changed since like 100 years maybe.
Yes.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's just the same.
It's like being in England with sunshine here. After about a 30-minute drive though, we arrived at Victoria Falls International Airport. Hi, good morning. 19A. Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you. Alright, so my plane's arrived to take me back down to Harare. It's an Embraer 145 of Air Zimbabwe, one of two that they've got in their fleet. But last time I came to Zimbabwe, they'd got another one that's now parked and in storage, so they've now just taken delivery of this other one, which I think it's come from Air Mexico originally. Eventually wound its way over here. It's quite old, it's like 25 odd years old. But they're very proud of it. They're very proud of their new Embraer, new to them Embraer anyway. So yeah, it's about an hour-long flight, I think, down to Harare, the capital city, where we can then move onwards out of Zimbabwe. But yeah, looking forward to the flight.
Ready for boarding? Ready for boarding?
Hi there.
Thanks.
My flight today had originally been planned to be on Air Zimbabwe's 737-200, but a last-minute change of plans had the Zimbabwean president take that plane so he could go to the big government meeting in Livingston. As a result, we were left with this Embraer instead.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you, man. How are you?
Good.
Thank you, I'm right at the back. Thank you. Alright then, welcome on board Air Zimbabwe's brand new 25-year-old Embraer 145. They've not had this for long. I didn't actually know this plane was operating actually, because they made a big song and dance about getting a new Embraer, and then it's just not been seen anywhere, and nobody seemed to know any information about it. It was shown as parked and in storage. So yeah, but it's not. Clearly, it's flying here in Zimbabwe. So this is my seat, the back row, window seat, left-hand side. Best seat on the Embraer because look at that view just outside the window there, amazing. And the fact that you get a 1-2 seating on it is quite nice. The legroom isn't actually too bad. I am struggling with my bag a bit. I don't know if that's going to be alright down there. It ain't going to fit in the overhead bin. So I'm kind of glad that they checked in my suitcase actually, because there's no way that was going in. But we'll see. I'm sure it's Africa, anything's possible They might just let me sit it on my knee or something. But anyway, let's go to Harare, baby.
It was soon time to get on our way. Well, once we'd resolved a little problem, at least.
I'm brilliant, just about to push back. And somebody's stuck in the bathroom. Yay.
Pretty soon, though, they'd freed him and we were on our way.
Okay, they managed to get him out, so we can go. Yes. Once again, let's go to Harare, baby.
Cabin crew, this is for takeoff.
My next flight then took me east from Victoria Falls to Harare, the capital city of Zimbabwe.
Alright then, airborne from Victoria Falls, heading to Harare. So cool on the Embraer 145s. Look at that engine right next to me there, whirring away. Bloody love these little planes, I really do. I remember when they were brand new, we used to call them jungle jets back in the UK because I think British Midland had them. That was the first sort of chance you'd get to ride on them, brand new. And now they're getting a bit long in the tooth, a bit old now. Always still a pleasure to get a ride on one of these beautiful planes. Actually today, on the route from Victoria Falls to Harare, a lot of the time they use the old 737-200. Apparently today the 737-200 is actually taking the President across to Livingston on the other side of the falls where we started this video because of the big summit that's going on there that was happening when I left. Interesting actually, I was chatting to an employee of Air Zimbabwe who said they're actually quite embarrassed by the 737-200s to the point where if it's on the ground in Harare, you're not allowed to take a photo of it. Photography of that plane is prohibited, and when it's not operating any flights, in between its flights, they hide it away so that nobody can see it because it's actually a bit of an embarrassment for them to have this 40-year-old old ancient plane sitting there on the ground, which is quite interesting really, considering how many people have come to Zimbabwe just to try and fly on it. To be honest, I've been on quite a few 737-200s now, unlike Josh Cahill. Sorry Josh. So it wasn't that much of an issue for me to get the Embraer, so it would have been nice if they did put it on, I guess, but the Embraer is still flipping awesome to fly on. I really do love these things.
Pretty soon the crew came around handing out the breakfast service.
Right, so breakfast service has turned up. Looks like we've got a cob and a cake. I'll try the cob first, we'll see what's in there. It's actually more of a scone. Fastest cake known to man. Scone, a dry scone, lovely.
It's time for the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
Time for the review of the loo on the Air Zimbabwe Embraer 145. And it's like any Embraer 145 bathroom really. It's right at the back of the plane. You've got a toilet down there, you've got an engine over there, you've got an engine over there. And that's kind of it really. We've got this beautiful old sink unit here, no fumar. Sink there with some hand soap in it as you bug roll down there. We've got a prohibido fumar en el baño, of course, because this was an old Aeromexico plane. And then we've got the toilet over there. And a baby changing mat there. And the emergency locator transmitter, which is in there, just sort of hanging in there like that. Yay! And we've got a bit of a loo with a view because we can see the cabin from here. So it's one of those where you can see the cabin from anyway. They're about to bring around a cup of coffee and I need coffee today, so I'm not going to miss that. So I'm going to say goodbye to the Spanish, Zimbabwean, Mexican loo and get back to my seat.
That was the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
We continued east across Zimbabwe, and it wasn't too long before we were starting our descent down into Harare.
Alright then, the noise of the engines has just dimmed slightly, indicating that we're about to start our descent down into Robert Mugabe Airport in Harare. We should be on the ground, I think, in about 15 minutes' time. Can I just say one thing though? Can you imagine the journey that this Embraer has had across to Zimbabwe from Mexico. How many stops that would involve, the adventure we would have been on to get from Mexico all the way here to Zimbabwe in Southern Africa. Amazing. I would love to get on one of those ferry flights at some point and be a part of one of those kind of relocations of planes halfway around the world. That'd be so cool. For now, the only relocation we're doing is from Victoria Falls to Harare. But we'll be landing pretty soon, I think. And then I've got to see how long it takes to get me back, because this connection isn't a massive one down in Harare. So yeah, fingers crossed that we'll be okay. And it wasn't too long before the bright lights of Harare appeared and we flew over the airport to commence our approach into Robert Mugabe International Airport. Thank you very much. Thank you, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Don't forget you can book me for a cameo video message too now, just use the link on the screen. The bags come here, or do we have to go?
No, they'll bring it here.
They're bringing it here?
Yeah.
Okay.
They still fixing this end of the airport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they use this for the local trips.
Just for the domestic?
Yeah, domestic.
Flights. Yeah, okay, no problem. So they bring the bags into here?
Yeah,
okay, cool. I didn't know if I had to go. Hi. Yeah, thank you. Alright then, welcome back to Harare Robert Mugabe International Airport. I had an amazing few flights through Victoria Falls. My bag arrived, now I've got to go and check in for my next flight. Thanks so much for watching. As always, take care, be kind to one another, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.